couple things that I was really proud of with our basketball team. I thought it's not a normal, maybe it's normal for an NBA routine to play that quick of a turnaround, but with the game Thursday night and then really not having a whole lot of practice time to prepare for this team that we've only played once in the season, our guys did a tremendous job of locking in. We made a couple of adjustments yesterday in practice, didn't really practice live, and were able to implement those things in a practice setting. You know, our guys in bed last night, we got up early and had a little shoot around in a film session, and it's not easy on the fly to play a game of this magnitude with that short a rest. So that was the main thing, one of the big things that I was certainly proud of. And then, you know, really a couple different games. The first half, things were going well, playing well, rebounding, not turning the ball over. And then there's some disappointment with the way we came out of the locker room in the second half and had 4 straight turnovers, and it just sucked the life out of the arena. We couldn't defend some of those turnovers. They got transition baskets. And really we had an opportunity maybe to, with that momentum, as is the case in basketball, to lose some of that momentum. And it's hard to recapture that. We did that 2 times. From there we actually bounced back, and then we gave up another lead, and then we bounced back. And needless to say, I think Brandon hit some huge shots for us. But more than anything, I think our defense was the key. We have a kill, what we call a kill, where you get 5 straight stops. And from the media timeout at 3-something, we managed to get 2 kills to finish the game. And it was big, and then made some shots at the other end. And what an environment for this building, and an opportunity for us to beat such a great team that we have yet to beat since I've been here. And to do it in this environment on ESPN was a pretty special afternoon.
It's big. It's big. It took me 4 years, but better late than never. And Arizona is one of those teams. I don't care who they have on their roster. It's a good win to get. It's a good win for our program. We've never beat them, and me personally never beaten them. And it's just, it feels great. It feels great to win on our home floor.
It's crazy, and especially how the game went. It was such a tough game throughout 40 minutes. It was scrappy, it was physical, and we really did a good job of playing together, playing defense at the end. And I'm just really proud of us, of the team and how we played. Yeah.
I think I was most poised. I was poised in my mind, and I think the good players in those situations, that's where you get comfortable, you know. And I think that's where I've gotten comfortable over these last games in those situations. Like, you don't get rattled. I think the great teams in those situations, you get comfortable and you get things under control, and then you try to make the right play.
Were you going for a 3-pointer, or were you going to look for the drive? I mean, you started in and step back and.
I just was going to go for the open shot, to be quite honest with you. I seen that I got an open shot and took it.
Was that when he slipped away? I mean, did you know right then? Or?
Yeah, when he slipped and it was on the floor, and I was like, it's a clean shot, take it.
You know, it's really one of the cooler things, and again, it's not over. The season's not over. I think Brandon understands that, but he's in the middle of a couple plays this season that might have finished somebody else off if you're not the kind of character and caliber of person that he is. You know, from the free throws at Stanford and the foul at Oregon State. Those are a couple of games that really we had in hand, and those trips were hard. You know, being in Palo Alto and Berkeley for 3 days between games, when you lose a game like that and then you have to sit, that's why this season feels a little longer. Instead of a 3-day layover in San Francisco, it felt like about a week, and then we were together in Eugene in the rain, and you lose to Oregon State and you got to sit there, and it's really hard. But we had some great meetings, and if there's one guy on our team that I wouldn't bet against bouncing back, it would be Brandon. And I told him that the Lord didn't put these mishaps in front of him thinking he couldn't handle it, and he's been tremendous. He hasn't given up, and I couldn't feel better for the guy. The fact that he's come back, and you know, he didn't win the game for us. He didn't win the game for us the other night or in USC or UCLA, but he's sure been a big catalyst, and just true to his nature that he's never given up, and it's really darn cool. It's neat to see for him to be able to get some of that taste out of his mouth and enjoy the tail end of his senior year.
I was at a low point. I was at a very low point. Like, my confidence was shot. You know, I didn't I wasn't believing in myself, you know. But I had to talk with Coach K, and it was actually right after the Oregon trip, and I had to talk with him and a couple other people like Coach Cullen and a couple close family members, and it was really just regain your confidence and go out there because this team needs you. And I really understood that, and I think that's what I've really took to heart is that my team needs me, and I've just gone up and tried to make the best plays possible.
It was a team that we'd never beat before, so I'd be lying if I said it wasn't pretty important. But as I addressed with the team afterwards, and it's been my favorite saying for those in the room that have been around the last 5 years, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. And I learned that lesson real well from my NBA days, and you're always playing a game, usually the next day or maybe a day off. And it's just about a consistency to keep getting better. And so I'm hesitant to say, man, this was as good as it gets, because we're only going to be as good as our next game. And then that's kind of the approach that we have, winning the next 4 minutes, winning the next play, kind of getting our handle on what we can control. We're going to enjoy it for a couple days and celebrate it. It's a pretty darn good feeling, but hopefully some of our bigger wins still have yet to come. You know, there's things that we haven't accomplished in the Pac-12 tournament, the NCAA tournament, so humble and hungry we will remain.